Hey guys and gals, this is Psionic Arrow, and I've got the Tier 7 Russian heavy tank, the IS. This marks the start of the IS line in the Russian heavy tank tree. However, since you're probably going to be coming from the KV-1S, you are going to be very familiar with how to play this tank. You play it pretty much exactly the same way. It has 1,230 hit points. Fully upgraded, of course. 46.7 tons with a 700 horsepower engine. So it's not sluggish, but it's not exactly medium tank speed. Let's see, 34 kilometers per hour speed limit, and that's where it comes in. You can reach that speed quite easily with this tank. It's got 35 degrees of track traverse and 28 degrees of turret traverse. And that's pretty average. It has a 350 meter view range and a 625 meter signal range, and that's average for a Russian tank. Hull armor, well, let's take a look at it. 120 hull armor on the front, 90 on the side, and 60 at the back. The turret has 100 millimeters of armor all around. Now, the IS doesn't really have too much armor. You can see the front plate is extremely angled. However, anybody shooting it, well, the rounds can bounce, but they will often bounce into your driver or into your gun. And that's only if they don't shoot at the driver's hatch already, or at your lower plate, which is not very angled. Now your turret, however, it's got some pretty good angles on it. The commander's hatch, right here, it's pretty big, and it's quite a weakness. If you try to rush up to an enemy tank, you're gonna have to move your turret and your entire tank a lot to make sure that they miss the commander's hatch. And I've done that successfully a few times, not too often. This tank doesn't have the most amazing of armors. Let's see. Alright, so the gun is going to be pretty much the same as the one that you have on the KV-1S. It has 175 millimeters of average penetration and 390 average damage. 0.46 accuracy with a 3.4 second aiming time. However, it does have a slightly faster rate of fire, 4.88. Let's see, this is the one that you get on the KV-1S. So it's a 4.08 rounds per minute rate of fire, with everything else exactly the same. Now, in the tech tree, you will notice that you're going to need the turret right here in order to fit the cannon on the KV-1S. And that is going to be a problem, because without that turret, you're going to be stuck with this Tier 6 gun that has 120 millimeters of penetration and 160 damage with horrendous accuracy. You are going to hate this tank. Let me see, these two guys, however, are a little bit better. But as you can see, they are researchable only on the IS or the T-34-85 if you're coming in from the medium line. And the 100mm D10T, starting from the IS or the KV-3. So you're not going to have either of these guns researched unless you have this one from the medium line. So I'm pretty sure you do not need the tracks to fit the turret and the gun. Let's just check that. 47.5 increased to 48.4, so you get only a ton, and that's 2.6, 1.5. Yep. If you don't have any equipment on, you are most likely going to be able to fit the turret and the gun from the KV-1S as soon as you research it. So what I suggest is you research the turret first, Um, right now, I don't know how much it costs to research. I think it's 12,000 around there. And once you research that, you'll have a lot better time with this tank. You don't actually have to research anything else if you don't want to. The radio does come in handy, a 440 meter signal range boosted to a 625, so that does help. But if this is just a transitionary tank and you have lots of free experience to blow, you can just research the turret and go straight to the IS-3. I would not recommend that, however. It's not a good thing to do. Now, I've got 100% crew. Most of them are doing Brothers in Arms, but they have stalled because I have the IS-3 already. I have fitted a tank gun rammer. That's to help with the reload speed, and something else that could help would be the enhanced gunling drive. Doesn't seem to be able to equip a vertical stabilizer, which is a shame. So the enhanced gunling... Again, the enhanced gunlaying drive only helps your aiming speed if you are not moving. Doesn't really say anything there, does it? Yeah, but it only works when you're not moving, so it can be a little bit of a help. I have a camouflage knot on here, but that's only because I don't have... I have an extra camouflage net, so I just place it on whatever I wanted. Obviously, camouflage net on a heavy tank, you know, it's gonna be very visible. It doesn't matter what you put on it. This tank, let me show you the KV-3, which is the other alternative to this, the IS. KV-3. Here we go. It mounts the exact same gun, however, it has... let me check this. It has a slightly more powerful engine, but it weighs a lot more, 68 tons. It has a little bit more health, but it has the armor. 120 on the hull, 90 on the side, 80 on the back, blah, blah, blah. 130 armor on the turret in the front. And you can see it's actually quite hard to penetrate. And it does use quite a bit more crew members as well. But back to the IS, you do not play this tank like the KV-3. The KV-3 is a slow, lumbering thing with lots of armor. IS, quite a bit faster. Same gun, though. So you will be doing the same amount of damage, but you'll be able to do it more consistently because you have... what do you call it? You have the ability to outmaneuver some other heavy tanks. Now, being this light, you will not want to ram people as much. Tier 7, let's check. I guess we can compare this to the German Tiger right here. The IS has 175 millimeters of penetration, so it is a little bit lacking in the Tier 7 penetration. In the Tier 7 heavy tank category, it is lacking in penetration because the Tiger here has 203 millimeters of penetration. And the T-29 right here has 198. And of course the AMX M4 1945 has 212. The one thing that the IS has over those guys, though, is the damage. 390 average damage. And that is great in scaring most tanks. If you drop about 400 damages in health, in hit points, you're going to want to back up. And this comes in when you're fighting Tier 9 tanks. You're not going to be able to reliably penetrate the front of Tier 9 tanks, and that's why I like the IS more than the KV-3. When you're fighting Tier 9 tanks, the KV-3 is slow. That means it's going to be shot at a lot, and the armor, when with all the high penetration guns being fired at you, it's not gonna stand up very well. So, whoops. The IS has the mobility to get out of the way, and I think that's more something that you're gonna need. And now, I think that's it. 21 armor-piercing rounds and 5 premium. So let's see. The premium rounds would cost you 4,800 credits, or 12 gold. And that's probably due to the caliber that you're firing, 122 millimeters. So the IS does not carry a lot of ammunition. And, well, you're going to find that you're not really going to run out too. I have never run out of ammunition. The premium ammo I have is 217 millimeters of average penetration, and I save those if I'm fighting a tier 9 from the front and there's no possibility of me getting around those tanks. Alright, and that should be it. So let's get into a replay. Alright, so this is Abby, and we're on standard battle, of course. And this is a tier 9 match. There are 4 tier 9s in this game. And of course there's a bunch of tier 8s as well. So it's just me and the T29 that are the only tier 7s in this match. I've got a friend in the KV5. I decide that heading over to the west side would be a good idea, as there are only, well, most of our team went over to the 8 line, which is somewhere where I don't really like. I usually get sniped out from over there, and since there's tier 9 tanks, and especially that tank destroyer, the T-30, I'm quite worried. Alright, so you can see the speed of the IS is pretty good for a heavy tank. And well, there's a little bit of a traffic jam right here. I do not want to block my teammates from reversing if they need to. Alright, there's a T-34. Let's see. Okay, so the enemy Lion and 2 T-34s, the premium tanks right there, are they're platooned. So I was a little bit worried when I met up with one of the T-34s. I immediately assumed that the other T-34 and Lion would be around there somewhere. So this will be a little bit of a boring start. As you can see, I've moved up over here, and now there's an IS-8 over there, and I do not want to get shot by that guy. Thankfully, we've knocked out one of the enemy tier 9s, and we haven't lost anybody just yet. So I was thinking about helping those guys, and then I realized, well, I can't really hit a T-34's turret. It's not going to help at all. So here we go. I believe I'm gonna move out in a little bit. I'm just waiting for the IS-8 to take a shot. No, that was a T-25/2. There we go. IS-8 just took a shot. So here I go. Oh. Like that one went right through. Wow. Took a shot at that guy. IS-8 did reverse. So you can see the huge line of tanks that are here. Not too good. Alright, IS-8. I totally missed that shot. I should have aimed a little bit more, I guess. Okay, he just shot. So here we go. I'm going to be aiming at his lower plate. Boom. Lots of damage. The enemy tanks are being sandwiched between, well, okay, we just lost that guy. Just a Lion now. I managed to hit the IS-8 again. Good. T25/2 is done, and I'm just gonna wait for that IS-8 to fire a shot. There we go. And watch this. I'm trying to aim. I take my time. Still, the accuracy went, messed with me, and now I'm, my shot went into his upper plate. Alright, so my friend over there, he's left me behind. He says he's gonna run away. That IS-8 started moving forward. I'm not too sure about if that's a good idea. I don't want to get shot by him, and I'm thinking maybe I can go get around him before he moves up. So here we go. I'm going to go around the long way. I realize that the T-34s are actually back at their base, so I should be in the clear to drive around. So here we go. Yeah, see, there's the two T-34s that are defending their base. And here I am, and I've just realized that the IS-8 has he's driven past me, and he's heading towards our cap zone probably. Alright, my friend there has been taken out, and I'm going to use the fastest route to get to our cap, just in case the IS-8 went over there. And you'll find that I made the wrong decision. So here I am, and look! There's the IS-8. He's on top of the hill. Just wonderful. So I'm gonna ping the map, warn people that he's here. Doesn't look like the pinging works in the replay. Too bad. Oh, well, you can see there in the chat area that I'm telling people that he's there. He's at 381 health, but he does have a lot more armor than I do. So there we go. I whiffed that shot. Oh, I was really unhappy with that. And here, he manages to miss me that time. I managed a track shot right there. Not too happy about that. Thankfully, the ISU-152 turned around, blasted him. And we're gonna outcap them. It's just an artillery left. I didn't do too much damage right there. I did 36 on ramming damage to an IS-8, which is kind of funny.
We fixed the turret, but it's
Alright.
still not turning very fast.
And we win. So let's look at the statistics. Alright, so you're gonna have to forgive me. I've somehow lost the statistics on World of Tanks, the detailed ones. So I've uploaded my replay over onto MWReplays, something like that.com, and here are the stats. Where is it? I got about 1,100 experience on premium, so that's about 800 something experience on a non-premium account. I made 29,000 credits, and I don't know, that's probably 10,000 credits on a non-premium account. It did a total of 1,277 damage, and fired 7 shots, 6 of them hit, so not too bad. And, well, that's about it. That's all you can see from here anyway. No awards, obviously. But I did hit that IS-8 for quite a lot of damage, and that's probably where most of my points came in. Alright, so thanks for watching. Please press that like button and leave some comments. I'll see you guys in future videos.